Hello everyone, this is CoolPro195 and welcome to a special brand new unboxing video. And as you can see, I've kind of gone back to the old setup of unboxing videos since I figured that it would be less of a headache and a backache, since I won't have to get, those crates out which in the end just waste more time, and it's just more of a headache and a backache, like trying to unbox like the packages. And also the tripod actually stands quite well on my bed, so yeah. But anyways, enough of that. Now we're gonna unbox this epic package right here, so let's get to it. And yeah, it's pretty much the same setup I have for my showcase live streams, but yeah, I figured I won't need any scissors for a piss easy paper package such as this. So yeah, and yeah, as you can see, this setup is basically the same setup that I've been using for my two recent live streams that I did, for my showcase live streams, like for my Xbox One X Project Scorpio Edition live stream and my Nintendo Switch showcase live stream. So yeah, now let's get this out of the bag. Wait a minute, it's unraveling. Just kick this aside. And what do we have here? This is looking legendary already. It's just sitting behind all that bubble wrap that happens to be taped up. But yeah, I gotta be really careful now. I did not predict that they had. I think I might as well get out my scissors for this, because there's just no point in untangling the shit. Should I cut the tape? And there we go. Right, now let's finally open this for what it is, and this is a special item right here. And here we have it, people. The Crash Twinsanity, aka Crash Bandicoot Unlimited / Spyro A Hero's Tale PS2 PAL demo disc. And this is a very rare item to find, especially in a condition as good as this. Like, people have been searching high and low all over the internet for years to find this demo disc, and here I am, holding it with my bare hands. It's so fucking sick to finally have it. And the reason why, well, one of the most popular reasons to get it was not just because of the fact that it has the Twinsanity demo and the Hero's Tale demo, but it's also like, to have the actual packaging itself, it makes it an even more rare collector's item. And also, like, one of the main reasons why I was searching for this was so I can actually have the Crash Twinsanity demo in, like, as a physical copy, especially like with this version in particular, as it's like the PAL version of the demo is called Crash Bandicoot Unlimited, but it doesn't, ironically, it doesn't say it on the cover over here. It still says Crash Twinsanity, but then again, they might have updated it right after they made the demo, so it's interesting, But yeah, as for Spyro Hero's Tale, yeah, that's interesting as well, but to be honest, like, I'm personally more of a Crash fan, so all the more reason for me to get it for the Twinsanity demo than the Hero's Tale demo. But nevertheless, it's a nice bonus. I consider it a privilege to also have the Spyro Hero's Tale demo with the demo disc as well, which is quite handy. Yeah, it looks really cool. Let me open this up right here, and here we have the demo disc itself, Crash Twinsanity / Spyro A Hero's Tale. And yeah, they've called it Crash Bandicoot Unlimited when you actually play the demo. like you see the title load up, but that's what they were calling it when it was in that stage of the PAL version of the demo. And then in the American version they changed it to Crash Bandicoot Twinsanity, but then like it suddenly became Crash Twinsanity. Here's an easily overlooked aspect that also happens to be further proof of how Crash Twinsanity was originally going to be called Crash Bandicoot Unlimited. As you can see on the spine of the jewel case, it says Crash Bandicoot Unlimited on the spine section on the insert, instead of Crash Twinsanity, which makes sense because the game still technically presented itself as Crash Bandicoot Unlimited instead of Crash Twinsanity. But then again, it could have easily been a mistake, hence that all the covers and the disc are actually branding the game as Crash Twinsanity, so it makes sense that the game would have originally been called Crash Bandicoot Unlimited, and they probably could have forgotten to change the name on the spine section of the insert, considering it's a small part in publishing the physical copy itself, so there's that as well. But who knows? And an interesting difference of this is that like they still use, even for a demo disc like this, they still use like the generic layout for a PS2 demo disc, whereas like in the American version, like in the NTSCU/C version, like it essentially has like this sort of, you know, disc art, this sort of, you know, front cover art as an overlay for the disc art. But as you can see with the PAL version of the demo disc, they just use the generic layout. Then it's not really a complaint, it's just an observation. Now I'm just going to showcase the inserts over here, so you can see it in a better view, and here we are with the inserts of the Crash Twinsanity / Spyro A Hero's Tale demo disc. But yeah, the cover looks much nicer now, especially without that glass in front of it. And yeah, the quality still looks really good. Like, for the condition it's in very good condition, and I found it in like, it was like the first result that came up when I typed in Crash Twinsanity demo on eBay. So like I went for it, because getting this is sort of like getting this sort of like, you know, a once in a lifetime opportunity per se, so hence this is a very rare collectible right here. But yeah, let's showcase the back of it. Spyro A Hero's Tale, Spyro must save the day. And I'm not sure if I can get this to, you know, focus that well, but you know, it is what it is. But yeah, I'll read it out. An evil dragon has cast a curse of darkness over the dragon realms to restore the land to light. Spyro and his allies must search out and destroy the light. Because the writing is really small. Spyro and his allies must search out and destroy the light sapping dark gems scattered throughout the land. And then on this side they've showcased Crash Twinsanity, and as you can see, there are more beta screenshots of Crash Twinsanity right here. It's Crash. Hey, Crash's worst enemy is now. Crash's worst enemy is now his weapon. And as you can see, there's Crash using Cortex with like the Twin Slam move over there, which they actually named it. It says over here, now it's focusing much better. Alright, Crash and Cortex are reluctant allies against a new evil out to destroy them both. They won't play nice, though, as Cortex keeps getting used and abused by our furry pal in the funniest Crash adventure ever. Oh yeah, this certainly is the funniest Crash adventure ever. Although a lot of people do spare a lot of sympathy for Cortex as well, hence how the story goes and what happens to him along the way, but you know, that's just part of the game's humour. And here's just a health warning, and over here we can see it's Vivendi Universal Games, like as the publishers. And it's also interesting how like they put the websites over here. They put like the Crash Bandicoot website over here, like the old website, on the Spyro side of the insert and not the Crash side, but I think that was because of these warnings over here, so I can also understand why. And also, yeah, I remember that old website, www.crashbandicooteurope.com. It's been ages since I've been on it. I remember when I first went on it and the Crash Twinsanity theme was playing. That was so awesome. And below is www.vugameseurope.com. But yeah, and also another interesting difference I like to point out when it comes to the developers is that you don't see Traveller's Tales involved in any of this. You see like the cocktail logo instead, so I'm not sure if this is like true, but maybe Cocktail have, well, considering they show the Cocktail logo on this demo disc instead of the Traveller's Tales logo on it, like, it gives people reason to believe that Cocktail have actually done some development like on Crash Twinsanity and Spyro A Hero's Tale. Like, because Cocktail were also a developing company as well. They were also developers for another PS2 game, which apparently this demo disc may have came with. I'm not entirely sure, but you know, feel free to search it up if you like. But yeah, it's interesting. It's kind of like how Naughty Dog worked on Crash Bash originally, and yet when it came to the final game, it was the project was passed over to, you know, Sony Games and Eurocom Entertainment Software, as like you're able to see the Naughty Dog logo on the American demo disc that included Crash Bash and Spyro 3 Year of a Dragon. Okay, now this should clear up who was involved where, as this was actually very easily glanced over. At the bottom of the back of the insert it states that both games were in fact developed by their named developers. Traveller's Tales Oxford Studio for Crash Twinsanity and Eurocom Entertainment Software for Spyro A Hero's Tale, whereas Cocktail only took part in publishing alongside Vivendi Universal Games. But yeah. Anyways, now let's see. Now there's just, and as you can see over here, it's just nothing but a transparent, like kind of, they just made the back over here transparent, so like, which is actually really cool in my opinion. But yeah, anyways, it is interesting. Although, like, to be honest, I have much more knowledge on the Crash Twinsanity demo than the Spyro A Hero's Tale demo, like, to be completely honest. Hence, like, as I've mentioned before, I'm more of a Crash fan than a Spyro fan, but at the same time, you know, I haven't had like I haven't looked as much into the Spyro A Hero's Tale demo, to be honest. So yeah, it's gonna be interesting playing that as well. Let's see the condition of the disc right here, and it's looking good. That's still really good condition, and I'm really glad to have found this in this condition, which means, you know, I can play this really well, not only just on an emulator, but on the actual PS2 itself. But on the PS3 60GB model, well, on a PS3 60GB PAL model, like, it's very likely, it's very likely that it's not going to be like fully, like, it's even going to be compatible, because so far, like, every PS2 demo disc that I've tried on my PS3, like, is not compatible according to the system. So yeah, if that's the case, then I wouldn't be surprised if it was the same case as this one, but it wouldn't kill me to try. But anyways, yeah, and also before I wrap this up, there's also more interesting stuff that I'd like to point out about the demo disc as well. Like, for example, like, basically how the fact that I also wanted to get the Crash Twinsanity demo as well was because of all the beta content that, it includes. There's so much stuff about the Crash Bandicoot Unlimited demo that makes it, like, really interesting in terms of beta elements, and the differences, they're very interesting as to how the game was gonna be really different. Well, it was gonna be somewhat different, but it was gonna be different in, like, some major ways, like the level order, or, like, the order of how you do certain challenges, like, the worm challenge, where you, like, get rid of all those greedy worms with Cortex. But yeah, and you can find that out by using the levitation code, by going from like the main part, the starting point of Insanity Island, to the other side of the island, which you originally wouldn't be able to access in the demo. So yeah, it's really interesting. Another interesting thing about the Crash Twinsanity demo is that it's not just about the level order either, it's also the way you actually go into the levels as well. Like, the demo itself actually has its own warp room. It uses the Iceberg Lab as the warp room, which is really interesting, and you enter, like, the 3 levels such as Insanity Island or / Jungle Bungle, Cavern Catastrophe, and Totem Hokum, and you can explore those levels within how they used to be as well. But yeah, it's so much better that the demo, like, had a warp room, and not only that, but Crash also had a removed punch ability in the demo, which was really sick. And you cannot use that ability in the final game. Basically, you press square and circle in order to do that removed punch ability. So yeah, it's really interesting to actually, own this demo disc now, and I also have the action replay disc with me as well, so I'll be able to do that on physical, like, on the actual console itself as well as on the emulator. So yeah, it's gonna be really interesting playing this, and just actually seeing everything for myself instead of just watching, like, the videos online. Although I know that people have been, there's this PS2 demo disc that does include Crash Twinsanity that was leaked online. This demo disc I speak of happens to be the official PlayStation 2 UK magazine Demo Disc 50, or Issue 50, however you want to put it. But at the same time, it's not like, it's different, because apparently, like, according to some people, this, like, Crash Twinsanity on this demo disc does not have, like, the time limit that you know, those PS2 demo discs would usually have. Because the PS2 demo discs that include like a shit ton of demo discs, I mean, that include a shit ton of playable demos that are from those official PlayStation 2 magazines, those official PlayStation 2 UK magazines. Like, each demo, like, from like a later point, like in the development of PS2 demo discs, they tend to have time limits before they run out and go back to the main menu of the demo disc. But this, I'm not so sure, but hopefully that's not the case. Although apparently the levels have time limits, but I'm not entirely sure about that as well. But anyways, enough of that. But also a reason why, like, but yeah, it'd also be interesting to actually showcase this for myself. Hence, like, you know, I have my own like views on how all the beta content in the Crash Bandicoot Unlimited demo like includes as well. So it'd be interesting to showcase that. Alright, so now that's officially the end of the unboxing video. I hope you lot enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe, like, or rate, however you want to put it. Comment below to leave feedback, and share it around with your friends and family, whoever they may be. Laters everyone, peace out.